What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got a huge update, guys. I'm coming from over in Fulton County, Georgia, in that kangaroo court system with, Fani Willis's racketeering case. And we got that judge, coming out, making a decision that's making things really clear to see, what's going on in that court system over in Fulton County, Georgia, guys. I'm excited to get into this clip. I'm not going to do too much talking on the beginning. I'm going to get straight into the clip and I'll get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. So definitely stick around to the end. See, I just get my thoughts on the back end, and also YouTube push this video out. But let's get straight into the clip. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
John McAfee in Fulton County, Georgia, has rejected Trump's free speech claim. We'll get into the headline over at CNN. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. It's not the end. There's a lot more lines for Trump still to pursue, which is fine. And we'll also hear from Steve Sadow, his response to this judge's decision. First, here's the headlines. There's one from Yahoo. Judge rejects Trump free speech challenge to Georgia 2020 election case.
To essentially get the Fulton County election subversion case thrown out on the grounds of free speech. Remember that Mr. Trump and his legal team had argued that they were essentially, Mr. Trump had been making political remarks, political comments, and that they, regarding the 2020 election, that they were not intended to go any further than that, that it was essentially just speech.
And then here at CNN, judge rejects Trump's bid to get Georgia election subversion case dismissed on free speech grounds. So now we know that McAfee isn't going to let Trump off easy. This would have been pretty easy for him to do. CNN and Atlanta area judge on Thursday upheld the criminal indictments against former President Donald Trump in Georgia, rejecting the argument that Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election were protected under the First Amendment, under his right to political free speech. Quote, defense is not presented, nor is the court able to find any authority that the speech and conduct alleged is protected political speech. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee wrote in his order, McAfee's ruling is the latest step inching the state racketeering case against Trump forward. But while Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has suggested she would be ready to go to trial as soon as August, the judge has still not set a trial date for Trump or his remaining 14 co-defendants in the Peach State. So you guys have heard me do videos on Harrison Floyd. He's one of those co-defendants. The decision comes as some of Trump's fellow defendants consider seeking a gag order against Willis after she has made public comments about the case. So this case could continue going even if they remove Fani Willis. I don't think so, but that's another prong of attack. This is going through the court. The other way is to try and use all these boards and oversight committees to remove Fani Willis, and it would take too long to replace her. McAfee's refusal to scrap the indictment comes as the free speech defense has repeatedly fallen short in pretrial wrangling in election meddling cases. Quote, after interpreting the indictment's language liberally in favor of the state as required at this pretrial stage, the court finds that the defendant's expressions and speech are alleged to have been made in furtherance of criminal activity and constitute false statements knowingly and willfully made in matters within a government agency's jurisdiction, which threatens to deceive and harm the government. McAfee wrote in his order issued on Thursday, I don't see how he can make that claim. I think it's a real overreach and a real problem. The question is, if this whole thing's about Trump's free speech, about what he said, the question is, did he do any damage? Did he undermine an election?
A judge has ruled that actually it was not just speech. It was not just free speech protected by the First Amendment.
How can you protect free speech if you can say that the speech damaged someone? The speech doesn't actually make anyone do anything because everyone's still free to not do it. How do you explain the millions of people that didn't do what Trump said, or if Trump went to Raffensperger and said, find me these votes, find me those missing votes? Why did he not do it? Because it proves that Trump's speech does not force someone to do anything. So how can he be criminally liable? McAfee previously rejected similar First Amendment challenges from other defendants in the Georgia case, federal election interference case. This is on a whole different court case up in Washington, D.C. Judge Chutkan, Tanya Chutkan, also heard and rejected the argument that Trump's actions should be considered protected political speech. I think this makes grounds for it to go up to the Supreme Court. We got to find out how much political free speech you have. Can you deny an election, or can you disagree with the results? The Fulton County District Attorney's Office declined to comment on Thursday's order from McAfee. Trump's Georgia lawyer, Steve Sadow, and we have a tweet from him in just a minute, said in a statement that Trump and other defendants respectfully disagree with the ruling and will explore their options. Okay, and then here's a real quick ending of that CNN article. Donald Wakeford, a Fulton County prosecutor, said the First Amendment argument should be heard by a jury rather than decided in pretrial motions, which is like deciding on it before it even goes to court. He also insisted Trump was charged because his election lies were, quote, employed as part of criminal activity with criminal intentions, unquote. And I don't see how you can say that this is a crime, criminal activity, nor can they know his intentions were that he knew it was a crime. That's the whole point of asking the question. He's saying, like, who actually won? How can that be a crime? How can they know his intent was to do something illegal? Projection, Your Honor. And then here's Steve Sadow on Twitter. My statement as lead defense counsel for President Trump in the Fulton County, Georgia case, we respectfully disagree with Judge McAfee's order, in parentheses, refusing to dismiss the indictment, and will continue to elevate our options regarding the First Amendment challenges. It is significant that the court's ruling was without prejudice, as it made clear that defendants were not foreclosed from again raising their as-applied challenges in the appropriate time after the establishment of a factual record. So that's going to wrap this thing up for now. Just that one part of this case. Trump has many other defenses, but this one did not work. Steve Sadow is going to elevate this, which really it does need to go to a higher court. We need to make these decisions. I believe it probably needs to be decided by the Supreme Court. So hopefully this goes up there because I want my free speech protected. What do you guys think? First of all, is McAfee a straight shooter or is he dishonest? My sense is he's trying to be as safe as possible. And then does this go to a higher court? That's the other question.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you guys can go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. We can't even say we're surprised to see that, Judge Scott McAfee is trying to, stay in the middle in every situation, every decision he has to make. He is deciding, to play the safe route. He's left Fani Willis on this case, telling her she could stay on as long as she tossed, her boyfriend that committed the same crime off the case with her office, guys. I mean, this guy, Judge Scott McAfee, has no peer. I mean, come on now, guys. It's easy to see this guy, Judge Scott McAfee, does not have a backbone, guys. He's not ready to make, decision of a judge. Every time it's up to him to make a tough decision, a decision that a judge should be able to ultimately rule on. This guy is never able to make that decision or make that call, guys. Keeping Fani Willis on the case, deciding to keep the case going, threatening Donald Trump's political free speech. I mean, honestly, political free speech as a whole, for all of Americans is at jeopardy right now. What we're seeing right now, guys, is truly concerning. I mean, political free speech is in danger right now. Everyone's political free speech as a whole is in jeopardy because of this case. This is, going to be, the model going forward for political free speech. I mean, this is the highest level, the highest degree. We're talking about political free speech of a former president, guys, essentially stating that Donald Trump's, line of questioning, trying to figure out how he lost, the whole find me the votes narrative, guys, it's deemed to be criminal because of the way it undermines the election system, undermines the courts, guys. And that's not the case. We need to be able to, ask questions. I mean, this is political free speech at its core. This is what, they wrote in the Constitution, our forefathers. And this is a complete overreach and undermining of our Constitution. The type of political free speech that they're going after Donald Trump for is the same free speech that, the founding fathers wrote in the Constitution. This is what they were actually trying to protect. And they're trying to rip it away from us. That's exactly why I'm really hoping to see, this First Amendment free speech claim going up to the Supreme Court level, guys, getting that one challenged because this guy, Judge Scott McAfee, has shown that he is not very good at being a judge. Definitely hope to see Steve Sadow, Trump's attorney, going forth, continuing this to a higher courts, getting a second set of eyes on this one because I feel like this one is worth being protected. Definitely hop in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this one. We're seeing the judge once again not able to make a tough decision, leaving it up to the higher court system, to appeal and overturn his decision, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this one. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy and also hit that subscribe button, guys, as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one week.